Hey guys, Commander Tex here, and today I have a Protoss versus Terran for you. I will be the red Protoss in the bottom left versus Richard, our blue Terran in the top right. Went ahead and lost that probe right off the bat. That's not good. But we find his proxy factory. He retreats home. So, my philosophy going into this game had changed a little bit. I decided that Terran cannot be killed, and you can only counterattack them. So I was going to sit here and wait for him to attack me. I was going to counterattack. Because that generally works really well. We are playing Phoenix Colossus, and he's going mech, which kind of throws a wrench into my plans in a number of ways. First, mech is a pretty good build versus Phoenix Colossus. Phoenix Colossus is very specifically anti-bio. But even more, mech players don't move out very quickly. So that means my whole idea of only counterattacking is it's going to take a little while. So we're going to go ahead and just 4 times speed until that finally gets kicked off. But for now, he's taking his third, I'm taking my third. Continuing to tech up. He is just making straight mine tank, which is kind of insane. I mean, I guess with turrets it makes sense. Doesn't have any turrets. I don't know. I feel like had I played Blinkstalker Zealot, I would have been able to A-move this third. He never would have been able to take it. I would have been able to fourth eventually. But as is with Phoenix Colossus, we're able to come and get a couple of worker kills at the low cost of Phoenix. Lost the other Phoenix over here. But yeah, again, like this fourth base should be easily killed, but instead a Zealot can just kill a couple of mules because my army really can't fight it right now. Orange mine tank coming up. We're finally going into Storm. Warping in some High Templar at bases I have around the map. That way, if he attacks, I'll be able to defend it. I didn't actually realize it was mech until that scout there. I don't know how, but I just didn't really realize it. That had 3 Templar and a Zealot in it, which is pretty bad. I thought a Storm Drop would be nice, but he apparently hadn't moved the same mines that killed me earlier. No, it's time to stop with the 4 times speed. Oh god, I can't talk. So, the mech army is coming across the map. We get a good storm to start off on it. He goes in range of the cannons. Try and do a zealot drop on it as we come in, but it just dies before it can really do anything. Some more storms, but we just don't have anything to fight that. Not nearly enough zealots to get on top of it, so everything's just going to die before it even gets close. So, seeing that though, we're going to warp in another round of zealots and try and come in for a flank. This base is taken in the meanwhile. It's a pretty good engagement. Storms come down everywhere, zealots come in from the flank, Templar do turn into Archons before they die. A little bit of bad timing with the Archons popping means that both those bosses are going to die. The Archons die too, but I guess they ate some tank shots. Ate 1 tank shot, but the Zealots that they would have gotten hit with. It was pretty bad. It was a pretty sloppy engagement. And we lose the base, but we do kill all of the units, and the Colossus is now going to be able to get its way out. Ruptor's finally on the field. Ruptor's a absolute necessity when fighting mech. You didn't just kill them early. The only way to fight them late is with Ruptors. 2 mines. Get huge damage. Ruptors. Take some big bites out of the mine count. Tries to land a base over here, but sadly it's already a well-fortified enemy base, so he's just going to go ahead and lose that. This is a new map, and there are actually 6 sets of 4 destructible rocks throughout the map. I hate it. Probably this is the only map of the new ones that I have vetoed, because I really like flanking from the outer sides of the map, and I don't really want to play the StarCraft equivalent of ARAM. Especially when I am not the one who drops Terrans. Whatever. So, we're going into carriers and disruptors. Getting double upgrades, getting air upgrades. It's all looking pretty good. Army's starting to group up a little bit over here. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for the stalkers before we finally attack. Zealots moving in over here. They're gonna run right into the jaws of death. They try and run past, actually, but it's not gonna work. He moves out immediately upon killing those zealots. The army over here is gonna go ahead and just destroy the planetary. Big push coming down the middle. Straight Thor tank mine. I felt like I was getting smurfed, clowned on, a variety of things when that many mines walked into my third with this at its heels. And a lot of stuff dies. We get a Ruptor shot. Actually kind of a sick Thor split by our boy Richard here. Disruptor's super good versus Thor's. One of the only things that can actually fight him. But, and part of it is because they're so easy to hit multiple with a Disruptor shot. Very good split out of him. It's not going to matter in the end, though. We warp in enough Zealots from all around to get us around and push them away. So we're on 1, 2, 5. 5 base, technically 6 versus 4. But he's a mech player, and he's got quite a substantial bank, so I don't think he's going to be too much trouble with that. It seems that the disruptors being made from this robo are stuck. We'll have to come back to that later. Some more carriers on the way, upgrades still chugging along, retaking this base, getting some cannon battery here at it. He's got a weird amount of just, like, 2 tanks. I mean, it looks like it's weird to have it out there, but it kills everything. All the mines burrow, and every stalker I have dies. Let's take a look at the units lost right now. Still in his favor. That's kind of mech for you. Another disruptor dies to a mine. Thor's finally pushed this all away. We do still have 3 disruptors, so we could stay here. We can't really push out into me, but we definitely can't push into this, what is soon to be a planetary, a bunch of mines. These observers are a little close together, but... Thor's gonna push us back. Disruptor hits both of them and 2 mines. Probe's transferring to the top left, getting it set up. Mine's just gonna walk straight through 3 cannons. And 2 of them are gonna make it, too. This one does die. The first one dies, but these 2 are gonna be annoying in the back of the base. Mine over there as well. Thor's get a little far forward. Disruptors take some shots. But again, we gotta walk away. We can't walk into an arc of Thors in a planetary. Mine's still racking up kills. This mine has 9 kills. That's crazy. Moves this one out of range of this cannon I just built. Stalker, finally killed that. This base is finally mining. This base is fully mining. So we're still doing okay, but his bank is insane. I have no idea how he has this much money. But regardless, we're chilling here. We should not be making any more carriers. There's so many Thors, they're not gonna do anything. I'm gonna go back just a little bit because I remember doing this and it was fun. He comes to make some turrets over here. The disruptors line them up 3 for 3. All of the turrets and the SCVs die. But finally, we've got a big Thor tank mine push coming in here into the bottom right. Now, that recall was terrible. We are already in a full surround, well, not full surround, but a huge arc of Thors. And mines. Mine's gonna go ahead, blow everything up. Everything just gets eviscerated by the Thor tank mine. Absolute destruction. Now he's gonna start angling in for the next base. Mine's getting burrowed, tanks moving up. Thor is making sure every scrap of that base is dead. These probes are at least smart enough to run away before their base dies. The ones over here were kind of dumb. I wonder who gave them their orders. So, finally, we kill the robo that was trapping our disruptors, and 6 flood the map all at once. Would have been really nice to have those earlier, but whatever. Another shot takes some... There's a Thor and a tank there. Another volley comes in, another Ruptor shot. So, Zealots die. Now, there's a very real chance that I go a little too far and walk into 5 tanks and mines, but luckily, as I do it, he unsieges 4 of the tanks, because literally everything would have died had he not. Mines continuing to just run up to the base. Gonna go ahead and just keep killing stuff. Eventually I learn about hold position and decide maybe I should only move forward with my disruptors when I want to shoot them. It starts working really well, as you might imagine. Thor split. Okay. 2 of them still die, but only 2. Mines continuing to just pile into the area. Storms going down and barely scratching the paint on the Thors. Push keeps coming. Mines keep running in. Another big volley of Ruptors is gonna get 1 tank, because almost all of them had their AoE stop right there and just miss. Very cool stuff. Another... got a mine at least. Basically a whip on that Ruptor. And we're pushed back. This push kills its 3rd base. But we still have Ruptors. We've made new Robos to compensate for the one I killed. Huge amount of mines here. We're gonna fire everything from the Ruptors. All the Thors go down. Mines start burrowing. Nice little touch from the new patch. My observers actually survived the splash damage of those mines. Zealots coming in from every direction. Gonna get just ravaged by the mines, but they do take all of them out and the tanks. After 3 bases go down, we are able to finally stop the push. In the meantime, we did mine his base for at least a little while. It's always good. Getting some gas mining going here. He's just now taking this forward base, so we're looking pretty dry on resources around his... We do have this base mining. This base is technically mining. Now floating back over here. So the income's not insane, but he's still working well off of that huge bank he developed earlier, and my income's not exactly great after what he just did here. These probes try to run, but, you know, when 15 Widow Mines roll up, it gets a little difficult. Thor's just gonna pound it away. The army's here again. Ruptors trying to take their pounds. Some okay mine splits there, so they don't all die. Another Thor. Another Disruptor. This might have been one of the most unattackable games I've ever played. Like, he just had Thor tank mine. You can't push into that. But when that's your comp, you can't push into Disruptors. But who wants to play defense all game, right? So we start just warping in a bunch of gateway men. We know they're gonna die, but they're able to push back far enough that we're able to kill this base. It feels like I've been at least 30 supply down for the past, like, 10 minutes. The mines just keep coming 10 at a time, 2 tanks. This was a pretty important base. That was going to be his fresh mining. He does have this one, but with 38 out of 16, it's going to run dry pretty quickly here. This one almost empty already. Retook the base down here, retook the base here. This base here is still mining strong. Observer spread. Whole bunch of workers just not doing anything. Look at this quiet quitting. Go to the one. How many SCVs does he have? Just 80 SCVs and one base of mining. I mean, just keep him with the army. They can repair or something. Send him over here. There's so many options. Either way, so many mines. Over a page of mines over here. Tanks, Thors, still moving forward. Disruptors are able to get some huge shots on the mines. Storm, gonna get another whole bunch of damage down on the mines, but this little corner here is pretty brutal, even with tanks. Tanks just obliterating disruptors from this side, too. But it's a pretty tenuous hold now that all of the mines have fired, and I don't really want to let them recharge again. So we come in from this side with the Zealots. They're able to get on top of the tanks. The disruptors are here. They blow up the mines. Finally, some Immortals joining the mix for some consistent firepower. And with that push broken, we're going to go forward again. He has secured this bottom right base, so he does still have income. This middle base was pretty fresh when he took it. Well, it was obviously completely fresh when he took it, but it still has money. His weapon's important. Gonna go ahead and clear out this base as well. The Nat Planetary, of course, still a problem. Still just workers chilling there. Looks like the rest of them went over here. It looks like this guy doesn't use the select all worker hotkey. Now this is a big thing. He waits until he doesn't have any gas left. But all of those mine run-bys that he did earlier, I feel like they would have been way better had he just done Hellion run-bys like this. I mean, these Hellions just killed like 35 workers and none of them even died. One died. Two died. Two dead Hellions for like 30 workers. He could have done that all game instead, like while he was pushing, instead of doing the mines everywhere. But finally, he pulls it out. Gonna go ahead and get a shit ton of worker damage. I'm down to 43. He's got nothing over here to defend the only base he has mining. So, army just rolls up, kills everything. Hellions very intent on destroying this assimilator. But again, so many Hellions. So many Hellions. So many Hellions that they can ignore cannons, they can ignore stalkers, they just go hold position in the mineral lines and everything dies. Hellions over here doing the same thing. I mean, if they just fight the cannons, it's not great. You do need to get in the mineral lines. But again, so many probes going down. We're down to 32. I now am underneath him. And he's still got a solid army. I mean, solid's a bit, pushing it a little bit, but it's a scary to push into. Not for this. Army's definitely better at this point. Oh, retaking, well, not even retaking. That base just has all its workers dead. This is somehow my healthiest base. Go figure. Immortals pounding through the rocks in the middle. Finally, we can breathe. We can move freely throughout the bases. This is where he's staking his claim. This is the base he needs to hold. It's looking like a bit of a crazy setup, but we'll see if it can stay. Tempest's gonna go forward first, kill these mines without having to waste my disruptor shots. Observer over here, scouting everything out. Hellions doing run by. Hellions doing run by. Tempest able to kill a tank. And have to run away. Hellions kill everything over here. The huge Ruptor shot goes off. We decide to just charge with all of the Immortals. Stalkers come in for the reinforcements. Hellions kill everything over here. Of course, getting move commanded. And looks like that's gonna be it. Again, I do wonder what could have happened had he just done these Hellion run-bys earlier, because that was unbelievably effective. But this army is just too good. Too many Raptors. Too much Stalker, Immortal. I mean, you'd need a pretty decent army to beat this. Preferably something that didn't rely on ground units. Finally, one more rapid-fire volley of disruptors to send us off with some fireworks and get that GG here. GG for finding my way through this unbelievable shitfest of a game. A GG well played. I agree. I didn't say it back because I was very angry with him in the moment after playing that game. But looking back on it, it was pretty crazy. And yeah, GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you later.